approximately 4 or 5 years ago. Most if not all that money has been expended on road improvements. If you look at the financial report, there's approximately $56,000 remaining in that bond. The actual bond payment that is due December 17 is $167,964.11. It's absolutely imperative that that payment be made, and that will take us into some other items on the agenda. The bond is insured, the bond holders are insured, but in talking to the bond counsel that put this package together, he encouraged me to encourage you to do whatever is necessary to make that payment so that it doesn't go into default and affect the rating of the bonds and just all sorts of federal type issues, because these bonds are governed by the Internal Revenue Code and the Internal Revenue Service. So that's a payment that needs to be made. And then the MMO payment for the police pension, that's $186,458. It's due by December 31. It's important that payment be made by December 31 to avoid any fines and penalties that would be assessed, because if that payment is made a day later, the township will incur penalties in excess of $20,000 for non-payment. So I wanted those to be attached as part of the treasurer's report so that the supervisors and the public would know the importance and the significance of making some dramatic decisions to make sure those payments are made.
Gary and I had at least 3 phone conversations, and the board and I, we've talked several times. There's no way that the Board of Supervisors will, under any condition, default on the bond payment. It'll be made one way or another. And the police pension fund, we incurred that $20,000 penalty last time, and it's not going to happen again. So we have 2 big issues, and we've come up with a way to get ourselves through until we do a tax anticipation note, which, by the way, I want to point out to everyone who has commented in some places that a tax anticipation note is very common for townships. That is not anything unusual. If you have a lot of money on hand, you don't have to make one. But if you have a lot of money on hand, that tells me that you're probably taking too much money in. It should always be tight. Nothing wrong with taking a tax anticipation note in until your tax collector sends out the tax bills in March and April. So I just want to comment on that, but the 2 things he mentioned are absolute priorities.
Okay, under old business, we have the approval and signing of Teamsters Local 585 agreement. I think I have it here. But I have to do it.
Yeah, I reviewed it, and
It's good. I thought so too.
Mr. Savage did an excellent job in negotiating a very fair contract with the team.
While he's doing that, I'll make the motion we accept and sign.
I'll second it, buddy.
Vote, please.
Mr. Savick.
Yes.
Mr. Junko.
Yes.
Mr. Castellano.
Yes.
This contract calls for a wage freeze for the first year. Everything else in the union contract, which is a 5-year union contract, stays about the same.
Just go to this one. Yeah. Is there a witness? No. On the left. Over here. Let's go ahead and do a test. A test.